Students, I know that you were able already to watch the quick course tour video about our subject. That video included your learning goals, the classroom expectations, your personal goal as a learner, and of course the grading system. Now this time we will have a short video about the classroom rules and what are expected for you to follow to maintain a very successful and functional classroom, either virtually or face-to-face. These rules are very important. There might be some slight differences, but of course I want you to pay attention. This video also will include some COVID-19 tips so that we will avoid having or getting this disease, okay, which is actually very horrible. And so let's proceed to classroom rule number 1. Show respect to the teacher, your classmates, and yourself. Of course, one way of showing respect to a person is of course to know the person. So I hope that you watched the video about your teacher, okay? And of course, respecting means being nice and not being mean. You want the people around you to give you trust, and of course to show them also that you can be trusted and that you deserve respected. So respect your teacher, respect yourself, so that you can also give respect to others. You also want to show respect because you want other people, okay, to give you respect as well. And so number 2, be on time, okay? So inside the classroom, you're assigned seats when the bell rings. When the bell rings, of course, might not be applicable in the virtual academy, but, okay, be sure to be on time. You might be in the convenience of your houses, but you are given with the seat time. You are also tied in via Zoom, okay? So you need to be on the schedule. And being on time means not being late, okay? Being late means you are not taking this class for granted, and that this class is important to you, and that you can be relied upon. So if you can't be on time, just be early, okay? I hope that is understandable. Next, number 3, be prepared for class every day. As you can see in the screen, there is a student seated already, and he is very well prepared. He has his book bags, he has his notebook, his pencil case. Of course, the pencil case should have a pencil and an eraser, okay? So be prepared all the time. You don't want to be undereducated, okay? Being prepared doesn't mean also you have all the things you need, but it's also being mentally ready, okay, to ask questions and to know how to answer questions, okay? So I hope that is clear to everyone. Number 4, raise your hand before you speak. You know your hand signals, okay? So raising your hand means you are very much ready to speak up in the class, but speaking up with courtesy. For those who are in the virtual academy, you should learn how to raise your hand via Zoom, okay? There is an icon there that will allow you to raise your hand, because when you raise your hand physically, I might not be able to notice you. You raise your hand using the icon, I might to call you at least, okay? And so please be aware of classroom rule number 4, okay? Next, number 5, we are in a science class, and our class involves experimentation. And of course, in the physical setting, we will be situated in a science laboratory. Therefore, no food or drink is permitted in the laboratory, except for bottled water. For those who are in the convenience of their houses, just make sure that you know when to take all these, and be sure there would be no food or drink at your reach so that you will not be tempted, okay? Next, number 6, follow the school cell phone policy. You know already what will be the fines and the sanction. For those at their houses, be sure when to use your cell phones, okay? I might not be able to see you using your cell phones, but be sure to know your priority. You don't want to be delayed about the classroom instruction because you are tied in virtually, okay? And so, why did I write here this word or this phrase? If it's true love, it can wait. It is because, okay, of course, someone who might be texting you or your loved ones, your special someone, and you're just very excited, as I am, okay, to pick up your phone. But then, you should know your priority. We are in the middle of our classroom instruction. No cell phone shall be used, okay? If it is true love, it can wait. If that is emergency, for sure you will be notified, okay? Be sure to be a good abiding citizen for this particular classroom rule. Next, number 7, no cursing or teasing. You reap what you sow. Very basic, very understandable. You don't want to be cursed. You don't want to be teased or be bullied, okay? And you don't want to hear me or cursing you or teasing you. You don't want to hear these words from your teacher. And so, do not give this to anyone. Do not give this to your teacher so that you will not be getting it back as well. You reap what you sow. All the time, please pay attention to this, okay? And number 8, keep hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Be polite. You are no longer elementary students. You are already matured enough to understand when, where to put your hands in the proper places, and of course, where to put objects, okay, in the proper places. And so practice politeness. The world has a lot of horrible things already, and so we don't want to mess up our classroom. We wanted to have a very conducive environment, and so polite all the time. Number 9, enter and exit the classroom peacefully. Of course, if you are here or in the campus, okay, in the physical classroom setting, you will know which door to be used to enter and of course the door to exit. We need to apply this and you follow strictly because this will help us to avoid crowdedness and practice social distancing. And if there might be some changes, pay attention, okay, to the teacher's instruction. And those who are in the virtual world, of course, this might not be applicable to you, but I want you to pay attention to this if there might be some changes in the future. And so number 10, very important. I myself as a teacher find this very interesting, and so I did this as a classroom rule, okay? Everyone will be served to have fun, okay? We need to work hard and have fun in our classroom. So we don't need to make our class as dogmatic, as theoretical as possible because we wanted to enjoy and have a live class. How to do that is when you follow classroom rules 1 to 9, okay? So I want you to enjoy while learning because having fun while learning you will be more engaged and you would find the class more enjoyable, and so you will not forget things so abruptly and things will last eternity, okay? And so these are just some of the classroom rules. Okay, there might be some additional to this if there might be some changes as well, and as we go by there might be some discoveries in the near future that we wanted to add for our classroom rules. And so the next slide will be showing you some COVID-19 tips. So I want you to pay close attention to the video as this will teach us how to protect ourselves and others from coronavirus.
To stay aware during the spread of COVID-19, commonly known as coronavirus. Avoid crowds and close contact with people who are sick, keeping at least 6 feet between you and others when possible. Use soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If you don't have soap and water, use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Wash your hands often, especially after leaving the bathroom, before eating, and after touching your face. Call your doctor if you have a fever, cough, or shortness of breath before showing up at a primary care office, urgent care center, or emergency room. Your doctor may want you to stay home instead of potentially infecting others. If you do call 911 in an emergency, mention your symptoms. If you have a fever, cough, or shortness of breath and you don't feel you need immediate medical attention, stay at home to avoid infecting others. Work from home if you have the option. Cough or sneeze into your elbow or a tissue rather than into the air or your hands. Most importantly, stay calm and be aware of all the ways to keep yourself and others protected.
Okay, so those are just some tips, 5 tips that will help us stay safe from coronavirus. And so just to recall, the video is actually encouraging us to be aware. A stands for avoid crowds, okay? W stands for washing our hands and for at least 20 seconds. If we don't have places to wash our hands, but of course inside the laboratory there would be some sinks, there would be designated area for you to wash your hands, and I want you to follow that. Okay, without these places you can actually use sanitizers, at least 60% of hand sanitizer. And the other letter A actually represents advance notice. So if you are sick, you need to alert us. Okay, you need to actually notify your teacher or the administrator if you're not feeling good. And R is to remain home if you are sick. And letter E actually represents elbow cuffing. So I want you to be aware, practice all these tips for us to be safe all the time. And so with all the things that are said to you to follow, okay, I just want to leave you this quote from Dave Willis. He said, "Show respect even to people who don't deserve it, not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours. Take note, whatever behavior you display, whatever words you will say, okay, whatever actions you will do, whatever thinking you will have, it will not reflect the character of other person. It will always reflect your own character. You shape what you want to be. You shape what you want people to see from you. And so all we need is just to respect each other and not add to the world's problems. Okay, there has been so much that the world is facing, and so we just wanted to live in peace, okay, and to live safely. And so if you have any questions about the classroom rules, if you want to add up, okay, if you have any suggestion, please feel free to reach out to me. You can send me an email, or if you are in the classroom, you can approach. But of course, we need to practice social distancing. And so that's it for today, everyone. Okay, I hope you will watch the next video about instruction for the pre-assessment. That's it. I hope you have a good day.